This is Tristan.
And this is Justin.
For the Space Bros Podcast.
Woo!
57.
Yeah.
Hello.
We're almost, we're at retiring age? No,
Yeah.
60.
Oh, well, now it's 67.
The new retiring age. We're at 1950s retirement age.
Not giving a fuck anymore. Retired. We're like coasting.
We don't care about our job.
Yeah.
5 more years of this shit and I'm out. That sort of
Just
stuff.
pay me a lot more than someone else you bring in.
Right.
And I'll
or
just hang
fire
out.
me so you can pay somebody less.
They'll do way less work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
Okay. We got some news. Very little news.
Mm-hmm.
First off, we start with movie news all the time. So the first thing that we're going to bring up is that we have an official rating.
Woo! MPAA.
Yes, MPAA rating for
all
this
over
movie.
that shit.
Yep.
So now it can officially be released because without that rating,
Yeah, you don't know what you're getting into. It could be like, whoa, a dick.
theaters won't play you for whatever reason.
Yep.
I wonder if it seems like it takes a long time for that to happen. Whoa. Advertising.
Yeah. Sweet.
It seems like that takes a long time. I
Yeah.
mean, 2 weeks before the movie comes out, they're like, we finally got a rating.
Yeah. Like someone had to watch it just then. Like,
Was there stuff in
I'll
there
get around to it.
that they were like, this makes it an R?
Right.
You know? So
I
they
think
had to get it down to PG-13.
It was probably for PG against PG-13.
You think so?
I think that was the cutoff. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Like, they wouldn't come out with an R-rated Star Wars movie.
No, never.
But, like, if it was the case that it was somehow a battle, I'd like to know about it. I hope it's part of the
Yeah.
extras.
One nipple.
Yeah. Like, there was
Whoa, a nipple.
there's a BB-8 nipple somewhere. And they're like, you got a droid with a nipple. Like,
Yeah.
You got one of those skin droids.
C-3PO's nipples are just really hard. The whole
Yeah.
movie.
They had to go back and, like, take them all out.
Oh, I'm so excited, Master.
They Batman Forever in C-3PO's chest. And they're like, you can't have a C-3PO with nipples. Like,
Do you know what else has been rated PG-13 lately?
lately?
Jurassic World,
Okay.
Avengers,
Sure.
Age of Ultron, Furious 7. That movie was not R.
I don't know.
Are they usually R? Okay.
I think they're PG-13.
Hunger
like-
Games, Mockingjay 2.
I think that's like the sweet zone. I think if you want to make over $1 billion, you have
Yeah.
to be a PG-13 movie.
Well, you could be a PG movie like Toy Story. And
Oh,
make its
okay,
own
yeah,
movie
that's true.
too. Yeah.
But like with adult themes, I guess.
Yeah, okay.
Not that Toy Story doesn't have adult themes,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
but you know what I mean. I think, I want to know what it was. I want to know what the holdup was. You
Yeah.
know, too many decapitations. There's like all these weird rules for MPAA.
Yeah. One thing we'll have to keep track of when we're watching this movie is how many limbs get cut off or
So
body
many.
parts.
Right.
Because the previous movies have had a pretty high count of
Right.
severed limbs. So hopefully this one will keep the tradition. We'll just put that in there. Well, you see C-3PO's got a red leg for some reason. So
Yeah.
that's pretty much a
I think
guarantee.
his arm.
Is it his arm?
Yeah.
Okay. In the figures?
I just read, Wired has a big article. Their thing is Star Wars this month.
Okay.
So if you can pick it up,
Yeah, that was
digitally.
a featured thing. Yeah.
And they they
entire issue?
mention, yeah, the entire issue. Well, not the entire issue. It's like interview with. Sorry.
Hello.
Hello. It's an interview with J.J. Abrams, a very long one. An interview with Kathleen Kennedy.
Oh.
And then like I was gonna show this to you, but like a brief, some like not really article stuff, like a list of weapons, I guess.
Oh.
Props.
Okay.
Like detailed images of some of the props. So pretty cool.
So that's in this month's issue?
That was this month's issue of Wired.
Did you get digitally or did you get the printed copy?
I got it digitally because I get Wired digitally.
Okay.
But within there was he had mentioned the mystery of A New Hope. Like when A New Hope came out, they referred to a giant universe that you didn't know much about. Mm-hmm. Like really, like you didn't know anything.
Yeah, they named all these planets and places that you'll never go to until much later.
Your father fought in Clone Wars. It's like, what the fuck is the Clone Wars?
Yeah, what is a Clone War? Yeah.
And like he references like C-3PO's, arm is different. And like, I'm like, oh yeah, so that's not necessarily explained. He doesn't say it's not explained, but he's basically like, that might be a mystery. Like you may not know what has happened to C-3PO.
Mm-hmm.
So-
Yeah, and you know what? I watched the original Laserdiscs again from the beginning,
Okay.
and it made me think of one thing. Like, why doesn't C-3PO or R2-D2 recognize Obi-Wan
Right.
in the beginning of New Hope?
Wasn't that covered? I thought that was covered at the end of episode 3, or like briefly.
Were their memories erased
Something
or something
like
like
that.
Yeah,
It has
I
to
don't know.
be, right?
Okay.
I feel like there was like one line of dialogue or something was just like briefly explained.
Take
about,
these
like,
droids back to the docking bay and
take
get their
these
memories.
droids and wipe them
Yeah.
or something like
Okay.
that. I mean, that was
Uh,
maybe.
a little retcon.
I might be
Yeah.
like coming up with my own reasoning.
Yeah.
Because again, I only half paid attention to those movies because they get pretty boring.
Yeah.
Even though we've seen them like 3-4 times, I still have like details that are fuzzy. It's like, I don't know what. And that's one of those things where I'm like, I'm pretty sure they mentioned something about,
Okay. Well, I hope so.
or they just don't recognize Vader. I mean, they would know Obi-Wan.
Yeah. Yeah, because
They wouldn't necessarily recognize Darth Vader
no. And well,
because they would recognize the name Anakin Skywalker.
maybe they'd know. I don't know how they would. It's not like you're sitting down and telling droid stories about characters, but
They have been around
You think
for a
that
while.
they
could
would
connect
know.
the dots
yeah,
at some point.
yeah, they would be able to upgrade their memory chips.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's a tangent.
That's all right. Yeah. I mean, the news, that was part of the news too, is I guess Wired has a big
Okay.
2 interviews. Interesting reads. They don't really spoil anything.
Is that the December issue then of Wired?
Yeah.
Of Weird magazine?
December or January, because they're always a month ahead.
Okay.
Right.
Mhm. Yep. But you think it'd be for December month because that's when the movie comes out.
Yeah.
Whatever.
It's the most recent,
Okay.
Wired magazine.
Yep.
It's out on shelves now. In your iPad
Right.
devices, whatever.
They say here too that the other Star Wars original trilogy movies were all PG, which was pretty relaxed back in the day up until 1984.
Yeah, wasn't the first PG-13 movie
That's when
Indiana Jones?
it was created as 1984.
And I think that was Indiana Jones.
Mm,
maybe. I want to
okay.
say there was one. For some reason, I want to say it's Indiana Jones, but I could be wrong on that.
Okay.
But yeah, like a Steven Spielberg movie was like the first PG-13 movie.
Mm.
They invented the rating because he.
Well, that one deserved it, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a good thing they did. Otherwise, it would be an R movie.
Yeah.
And then
there'd be no in between.
We would have not
Yeah.
seen it at our young age, right?
Right. Like, oh, I don't know what's R rated.
I wonder what they would have had to take out of Indiana Jones to make it PG. A couple swears.
Yeah.
Goonies, man.
Yeah, you don't realize how many swears
all
there
over
are. Yeah.
Goonies.
There's just poop everywhere.
Yeah. And there's like upskirt shots and like weird stuff, like pervy
Yeah.
stuff in Goonies.
There's a lot
References to
of-
drugs.
You can say fuck in an 80s movie and it's still PG.
I think you get like one fuck.
Yeah. It's weird. There's like a rule. Someone came up with a document like, well, fine, I'll let one fuck slip. Well, how about 0? I mean, you're
Yeah.
saying
Well, you say it once,
kids
it's
can
not like
watch it?
kids don't
Yeah.
remember. Like,
right.
too many fucks.
They're going to be like, ooh, you said a bad word.
That is, the MPA ratings are
Yeah.
weird.
But kids these days.
The idea that we were less conservative in 1984
Yeah.
now, as far
Yeah.
as movie going, is weird.
Yep. Because you get 0 F-bombs now in a PG-13 movie.
That's true. All the violence you want, as long
Yeah.
as there's no blood.
Yeah, you can show people getting blown up, like in the Hunger
bloodless
Games.
violence that exists in PG-13 movies.
The Hunger Games is a pretty intense movie if you think about it.
Sure.
But there's no real blood, really. It's
Yeah.
just people getting killed, like poisoned and trapped and stabbed with no blood. It's weird, but yeah.
Yeah, it's the only way to make it acceptable, I
Mhm.
guess.
Yeah.
And you put a bunch of blood in it, like Quentin Tarantino, and all of a sudden you're in an R movie.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Django probably deserved it.
Yeah.
Things like that.
Kill Bill, though?
Yeah.
Probably the
yeah.
only thing that made that movie R is because of all the blood.
Right.
The violence is...
Yeah, that whole scene where she's in the dojo or that restaurant
Yeah.
chopping up the 88s.
Right.
That's-
But what if there was no blood?
Well, there's a lot of blood in that.
I don't know. I'm saying if there was no blood,
Or like
it'd be PG-13.
the end scene where she gets her wig split.
Oh,
At the end of one, like things like that. Yeah. Okay.
like
Back
that
to
one.
Star Wars.
How much blood? 0 blood, right? In Star Wars?
In this movie?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to say 0 blood.
Because it's all cauterized.
Right.
Cauterized. At
Yep.
least they have a reason.
Yeah.
Everything is cauterized immediately. because
Right.
of lasers and shit.
But in A New Hope, though, when Obi-Wan slices off that guy's arm in the bar,
Yeah,
you see blood
there is blood.
all over his arm. Yeah. On the ground.
That's
So-
because he was a specific type of alien whose blood doesn't
yeah.
burn.
Well, you'd think there'd be some blood.
No, I think it would be instantaneously just
I don't know.
just cauterized.
How can we test this?
It's
Could
like
we
a really bad burn.
Could you heat up a sword really hot and then try it?
Slice your finger.
Yeah.
Has to be clean through though.
We'll get a pig and a really hot sword.
This is like the worst episode of Mythbusters, the most disgusting Mythbusters.
Yeah. Oh, there's intestines everywhere.
They have used pig carcasses a lot on that show, so
Mm-hmm.
but no blood. Again,
Okay, let's talk about Star Wars movie sales. This is another huge news article. All these Money Magazine things are covering it, that this has made a shit ton of money even before
already
it sold a ticket. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or actually had a live showing. It's because all the pre-orders, they pretty much broke the internet with their pre-orders when they went live during the Super Bowl ad. But now they're saying that 6.5 million in US and Canada of just pre-order sales, advance sales,
Okay,
which is pretty ridiculous. That's
still
the
a
most.
fraction of what a major
Yeah.
success motion picture would get these days. You'd
But
have to
the
be,
first week of a
above
movie-
50 million, right?
What is the
At
first
least.
week of a movie? Age of Ultron probably had a pretty high showing for first week,
Yeah, probably.
or like Avengers. I think that's only like
100 million for the first weekend for those movies.
really okay.
Because I feel like on average, like you could look up the box office,
Mm-hmm.
hit of last week. I think average nowadays is like 30 million,
Okay, let's see.
maybe.
Let's prove a point.
Yeah, let's figure this out.
So here,
So they already broke a record simply by having the most pre-order sales.
yeah, absolutely.
But you would think that they would have sold out almost every.
What's a movie that opened this week?
That's a good question.
There was nothing good that opened. But for instance, Hunger Games has made 52 million in
2 weeks.
yeah, like 2 weeks.
So they probably made most of that the first weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe half.
Yeah.
Of it. So yeah, like 25, 30 million.
It opened November 20th, and today is December 3rd. So
Yeah, 2 weeks.
yeah, yeah.
So that's still only a fifth of what they would need to be. I mean, they're going to make a shit ton of money. Like, I don't think there's any question about it.
yeah.
But I think that's interesting that they say 6.5 million in Canada and United States. So that means they didn't actually sell out every theater, every showing for every theater
Right.
for the first weekend.
Yeah, I think that's it's just the way that movies and pre-orders work is it's really hard to pre-sell movie tickets in general, because it's like, yeah, I'll just go to the theater and buy it. I don't want to mess around with giving me my card in advance.
What are you,
and
a chump? You're going to go
No.
to the theater and buy a ticket?
I still buy my stuff online in
Yeah.
advance through whatever the app that I have for whatever theater.
How many people show up to a movie theater, as you think, and don't have a ticket yet?
A lot, or they
think
use
so?
the well, a lot of people use the kiosk too.
Sure.
Yeah,
To get their ticket
Yeah,
that they ordered online.
or to just print a ticket there.
I'd like to actually know that number, like how many people still
Yeah,
like just show up to a theater, especially because like most theaters now, a lot of theaters are reserved seating, so it's like, yeah, I better go get my seat
yeah,
beforehand.
right, yeah.
Because whenever I pre-order tickets to a movie and the seat chart is up, like they're usually 80% filled already or whatever
Oh, really?
for like a
Oh.
movie that's opening weekend.
Yeah, peak times on the weekends. Yeah,
Absolutely. Yeah.
but we went to see, for instance, we went to see Hunger Games, and I pre-ordered the tickets the day before,
okay,
and there was only maybe 20% of the tickets taken.
okay,
So,
that's 2 weekends in.
1 weekend in.
Oh,
Yeah,
or 1 weekend, I should say.
but it was on a Tuesday because they had their special.
Oh, okay.
But
Tuesdays don't count.
it's almost like a weekend though, because they have $5 movies on Tuesday.
It doesn't mean it's a weekend.
Mm,
That's why they have those
They're
specials, 'cause
busier.
nobody comes to the theater on a Tuesday.
They're busier on a Tuesday sometimes than they are on a Friday.
You think so?
Hmm I know so.
I don't believe you.
I know so.
I think it's nonsense. How was the Hunger Games?
Uh,
Is this the third one?
it was a concluding movie.
Okay.
That's my review. Yeah, this is the final movie. It's the fourth movie, I think,
Oh,
because they had
fourth.
two. They broke this one into two,
Okay.
and they had 3 books only.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah. They
So this
split
one
it
was
up.
part 1, part 2.
They did what they did to Harry Potter, which is like
Yeah.
we gotta milk this. We
They
need
hobbited
an
it.
extra fucking
Yeah.
$1 million or $30 million or whatever.
Well, it made 52 so far, and I think it's probably going to stop around 60 or something. It doesn't seem like there's going to be a whole lot of...
Yeah.
But that's U.S. sales probably only.
Right.
So maybe overseas is more. But
I would. Okay.
yeah,
Have you seen the other ones?
I have. I've seen all of them up until this one, and it was just like it brought closure to the series, and it wasn't really anything to knock your socks off.
Better or worse than Battle Royale?
Worse.
Okay.
I still like Battle Royale better than any of the Hunger Games
Battle
movies.
Royale's
Yeah.
so good.
Yeah, that's really good.
I keep telling my younger coworker, he's like, "Yeah, I like," because he read the books of, and I'm like, "You gotta watch Battle Royale." He's like, "Yeah, you keep telling me about that."
Yeah,
It's like, "Yeah, you should."
it's on Netflix, or it was forever.
Yeah,
I don't know if it still
Hunger
is.
Games with blood.
Yeah, it's
Like
a Japanese
so
Hunger
much
Games.
blood.
It's a weird ending and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, well, the ending is doesn't.
Yeah.
It doesn't end.
Okay. I think that's really it for news. There isn't a whole lot of movie news.
No, they've been keeping pretty quiet about it.
The Smuggler's Bounty box came out, and we did an unboxing video. And did you put it on the YouTube channel?
I did, yeah. It's
Okay.
up.
So it's on our YouTube channel, and it's also on our Facebook page.
We didn't
If you
mention the
wanna-
new trailer though. That's a news item.
Oh,
New
well,
TV spot.
there have been a ton of TV spots now. There's been
but there's
6.
like 2 or yeah.
Yeah.
So there
Yeah.
are new TV spots out. They show a little bit more.
Mm-hmm. And those are on YouTube as well, so you can seek them out if you want to see them, because they're kind of focused around a certain character, right? Each one.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Each one's focused in either
Kylo Ren or like Finn.
Finn or Kylo. Yeah,
Yeah, was one of them, and I think BB-8 was the focus of one of them.
yeah, in a weird way.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
those are out there if you want to see them. If you haven't watched them yet, now's your chance.
Uh-huh.
If you want to see more footage and then compile the entire
See
movie
more,
together on
yeah,
YouTube.
5-second clips of the movie.
Yeah. But then we put our unboxing of our Smuggler's Bounty.
Right.
Yeah, on YouTube and our Facebook page, which is the Funko box that has a bunch of toys and T-shirts and prizes in there.
Well, you got 2
Two
Vinyl
bobbleheads. Yeah.
pops. I think they call
Yeah.
them or something like that.
Funko Pop. Yeah.
And a T-shirt,
Yep.
a button.
And my friend, he got, I think it was like he watched my video and he's like, "Oh man, you got the better T-shirt," because Bill, if you're out there, shout out. He got like a stormtrooper or like a First Army trooper shirt.
Oh, you got a trooper.
Yeah,
You
and I got Captain Phasma, like the glowy chrome one.
Oh,
So he's like, "Oh man, you got the better T-shirt,"
so you got the better. So you got the Captain.
and I got the
Phasm,
better action figure
And you
too.
also got the Chrome
Yeah.
Phasm. And
Well,
the-
he got that too.
Oh, but you got the. That's right. The trooper with the red stripes on it.
Yeah, the one that was available to anyone, no matter what, was the Captain Phasma Chrome one. It was only available through this box, so
Yeah.
they don't sell it online separately.
That one does look pretty cool.
Yeah,
That's
you can get a regular one, a regular just silver Phasma character online from Funko, but the
Chrome.
Chrome
ones.
one is limited edition only.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's neat. I like it. And what was I going to point out here too? Yeah, the next box is called, I think, the Resistance. Where is it? Yeah, the Resistance. It's coming out in January. So if you haven't subscribed to Funko yet and you want to be a part of the limited edition goodness,
I'm
it's coming out in January. So every 2 months, pretty much, it's $25. You get a T-shirt, and then you get a bobblehead.
2 of like what there were 3 possibilities or 2 possibilities.
Yeah, there was only 2
One
possibilities in this
Definite.
one.
Like there were 3 total figures that you could get,
Yep.
and you get 1 of 2, and absolutely get 1 of the other ones.
Yeah, it was kind of
So
weird.
they have like 3 exclusive.
Yes, and this one was themed around the First Order,
Huh.
but it didn't have Kylo Ren in it, I don't think.
No, I don't think that was an option.
So,
I'm really curious about what the. Not that I care about the politics of Star Wars, because that made
Mhm.
the prequels really terrible.
yeah.
But like, where are we? Where there's the First Order and there's the Resistance, where 30 years previous we basically saw the fall of the Empire and what
Mhm.
should have been the rise of the rebellion.
Mm-hmm.
So what are they resisting, and why is this First Order still in power? Are they still in power?
we could be looking at a trifaction thing here.
Yeah, that's what we kind of
It could be
posited
like
last time, right? Is
The
that there's
Republic could be in power,
right.
and then they could have the Resistance that's resisting the
The
Republic,
Republic.
and then there's also the First Order, which is trying to revive the Empire.
I think that's a good guess. I think that's kinda,
Okay, you think that's where they're going?
I think so. Otherwise, it's like I don't know what it would be like. There's like almost nothing that's happened within 30 years. Because if the rebellion was in power now, then the resistance would be the Imperials.
Yeah.
So the way they word things now, I'm like, what is it? What is it like? Like where are we at?
Well, there's also like other factions too, like Trade Federation
Sure.
in the prequel movies, and they call themselves like the Galactic Republic, I think.
Right.
Once they finally became the rebels became in power. Or
Are you talking about like the expanded universe, the old expanded universe?
No, just the prequel movies, where they're like,
right,
they're no longer the Rebel Alliance; they're the Galactic Republic.
right.
And then there's the Trade Federation, and there's the, what do they call it? Just the Empire, still, or
It wasn't the Empire.
There was the Empire.
Yet, right.
It was dissolved
Yeah.
in the prequel. So
Right.
I don't know what they
because
call
there's like
themselves.
between the changes between 3 and 4 is the Republic goes under, the Empire rises, and so you get the Resistance.
yeah.
So between 6
Yeah.
and 7 is that the Empire falls, the Rebellion rises.
That's true. So like, in
So
order of
what is a Resistance?
yeah,
I mean, we can't really answer these. This just kind of like
just spitballing.
that's kind of my like. I don't really understand what's going on in this new movie.
Mhm.
And I'm just kind of like most curious about is like what happened?
Yeah, how'd they fuck that up? It's like, right. So the prequels start out with a Galactic Republic. At some point, they've had a whole like Senate, and they have different planets. And Trade Federation seems like they're a separate thing that's not invited to join that.
Right.
And then
It's like the European Union and like
yeah,
the United States or something.
then the Empire rises during the A New Hope era
Right.
when the clones get switched over to stormtroopers.
Uh-huh.
So then like the Republic becomes the bad guys at that point.
Right.
The Galactic Republic becomes the Empire.
Right.
So then
There's an uprising of the rebels.
the rebels don't like that. So there's rebels that break off from the Empire, and they fight the Empire and defeat the Empire.
Right.
And are they
I mean,
no
the
longer
Empire
called
was
the
like
rebels,
a
or
coup. Like it was
Yeah.
like a takeover
Right.
of the Republic.
so are they called the Resistance now because they resisted the Empire?
Right. And you would think that they would be in power
Yeah.
because at the end of 6 it seemed like, well, this is going to the next 30 years is going to be the rise of the new Republic.
Because there's a power vacuum, and it's like, who's gonna take the mantle
Right.
as the next leaders of the galaxies?
And the fact that Disney has like completely nixed every
Yep.
nixed every
It's not a word.
extended universe thing. Yeah, they ixed them.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, that's where when I saw it with they were calling it the Resistance, I was like, in the First Order, I was like, what is happening?
Yeah, that's
Is
kind
it
of
just
something.
so fractured now that like there's going to be?
Mm-hmm.
I think that's probably the best. What you had described is probably what's going to happen. The
It could be
triumvirate.
that there's like nobody in charge right now. It's all
True.
just whatever. Because it looks like there's also some people wearing Rebellion stickers on their helmets, like pilots, X-wing pilots.
There's
There's Poe Dameron.
they show some
Yeah.
of the helmet stuff in the Wired article.
Yeah. So
So-
there's still the Rebellion is still a part of it. So maybe like the rebels are. Yeah.
Yeah, Rebellion helmet. Well, then there's the blue Rebellion helmet. So there's a red
Interesting.
one and a blue one
Yeah.
with another figure on it.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, there's all sorts of
Yeah, there could be.
just so fractured. I think you're right.
Yeah, it could be like nobody's taking charge yet. But there was one good thing that came out of that audiobook that I listened to,
Yeah.
and that is that they say that the plight between the rebels and the Empire is never going to end, because once the rebels become, they take over power, they become the Empire.
Sure.
So it's always just a vicious cycle where it's like, oh, that person is now the bad guy.
right.
You're like, wait, we're the good guys. What happened? Oh, power got to you.
I mean, it is like there just could never be peace. Like
Yeah.
somebody's always going to want power over somebody else.
That's why they call it Star Wars and not Star
Peace.
bro.
Star Peace, bro.
Which would be a better title.
Yeah, way better. Way better
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah,
too.
come on, Lucas. Star Wars Peace Bro.
Yeah.
Or Star Peace Bro. Okay. Let's wrap up. That's news then, pretty much.
Sure. And speaking of boxes, I
Oh,
get
yeah.
the Loot Crate every month, and my girlfriend was nice enough that she bought the Star Wars Limited Loot Crate this month. So I'm getting the Star Wars one and the original, like the regular Loot Crate.
Okay.
So maybe we'll do a second unboxing
Sure.
a week or two from now, whenever it comes,
Yeah, let's do
to
that.
see what's in the Star Wars Loot Crate, exclusive Loot Crate.
Yes,
So I'm
totally.
curious about that.
Yeah, I want to see. I want to see what's better than what I got.
Nah, it's gonna be different.
But I'm thinking now, like, ooh, do I go into the rabbit hole of collecting all these Funko bobbleheads?
There's so many.
There's
She
a
come
ton
to
of
a
them.
comic book store with me. Like they have a whole wall of them. It's like
How much do they charge for them? Are they
I think
10
they're-
a piece, pretty much?
I think they're close to 10.
Okay.
10 to 15 maybe. I did just buy one. I didn't think about like how much it was.
Okay.
I'm trying to remember. I think it was like $12.
Because on Amazon, you can look at them, and some are priced high and some are priced low based on availability.
Yeah, I bought a Jack Skellington one.
Okay.
I think that was $12.
So they have like Count Dooku, $15, or Yoda, $8,
Oh wow.
or Yoda Ghost, Jedi Ghost, $42, and you're like, oh shit, that must be rare.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how you determine if they're rare or not. So.
Okay.
But there's a whole fucking lot of those things.
All right, let's look. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go this weekend and look at it.
You want to go look at them?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, that's it. Okay.
He's all yours, bounty hunter.
What if he doesn't survive? He's worth a lot to me. He's no good to me dead. Put Captain Solo in the cargo hold.
Solo Fortuma che c'hai.
All right, let's talk about games, man. Star Wars Battlefront. The wait is over. The game is released.
And everybody's done.
Yeah, we played it for a week, and everyone's like, "Okay, enough.
it.
Delete."
We get it.
Did you buy it on your Xbox One?
No,
No, you didn't. Okay.
I'm not going to.
Oh, look at that.
I know.
Okay.
I'm gonna have a little bit of. I got enough Disney or Star Wars games to play with the Disney Infinity stuff. That I gotta
Okay.
keep up with.
Well, down, boy. Let's.
I don't know.
I know. We'll talk about that next.
Sure. So I'm not partaking in the Battlefront because playing with you.
You kind of realized that how thin it was, right?
Yeah, and I think at this point, the bigger part of that game is definitely the versus, the online versus. And that's just not what I play video games for now.
Right.
Yeah,
I don't want to be like awesome Call of Duty dude, bro 5.
yeah. I can't play like 10 maps of different style of versus games against 16 to 22-year-olds that are way better than me.
That are going to college and have 8 hours a day to play it.
Yeah. I just won't be able to keep up. And
Yeah.
so I'm not going to play it. It's a really good looking game. It sounds great.
Yeah, the audio is awesome. That's
Yeah.
probably the best part is that they have the music down and they have the sound effects really down.
Yeah.
And the feel of it, you feel like you're in.
It feels great.
Yeah, it feels totally different than a shooter that you played before.
True. That being said, the guns all very similar.
Yeah, kind of
There's a
underwhelming.
simplicity to them that I don't know what you can do with like laser blasters that are that different.
Yeah.
But even the difference between like an automatic and a non-automatic, like the rapidity of it or how rapid it can fire.
Yeah.
Didn't seem like enough variation for me.
Yeah, the cooldown thing too is weird because it's like your gun overheats.
Yeah.
But nowhere in the movies does a gun overheat.
No.
So this is a brand new mechanic they're inventing
Right.
for this. But they have to make some way to have you reload or run out of bullets. I
Right.
guess.
Yeah, and they had to like create different firing rates for each weapon, which again, not very, very varied. But like within the movies, most of the guns go pew,
Yeah.
pew, pew. They can't have a shooter that just goes pew,
Yeah.
pew. You get the one gun.
Yeah.
That's not gonna happen. So
But you do get to unlock a couple guns, but they kind of all feel the same, right?
yeah. The only one that was rad was Han Solo's blaster because it was so overpowered.
Yeah, that was one thing that they had to address. It was like you could kill people in one shot, no matter
Yeah.
what, with that thing from even across the way. You could zoom in and just snipe them with his his blaster.
Yeah, it's like early Days of Destiny where the hand cannons were like so powerful. It was ridiculous.
I still like using those. The pistol's the best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's fun.
Destiny. Okay.
But again, kind of thin. I really wish they would have had like a campaign.
Yeah.
If they had a campaign, I totally would have bought it.
Yeah.
Because I could play the campaign.
Even if it was like 6 hours, it still would have been worth it then.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
They would have suckered me in with a campaign, but they just didn't bother.
And all they'd really have to do was make objectives, or like when you're playing the computer, just have it feel more like you're playing in a battle rather than you're just like running from point to point killing dudes.
Yeah, they should have made it feel more like Battlefront or Battlefront 2.
Yes.
The originals.
Yes.
Which we played. Did you play it?
I did. Before we get there, though,
Sure.
there was an article on Nerdist. So if you've ever been to that website, they have some pretty geeky stuff. But this one is about how a guy changed a Battlefront mod, like changed the resolution and modded it to make it look hyper realistic.
Oh, yeah, I've heard about this.
Yeah, they talked about it on Giant Beastcast, which is another podcast to listen to.
Yep.
Give them a plug. See if they're listening. They're
Sure.
not. They're definitely not. But they made this thing look awesome. It looks exactly like the movies. There's like sparks shooting out when you shoot rocks and weird stuff that looks exactly like a movie scene.
But they don't have any videos yet, though.
No, they don't. The dubious thing about this is that they don't show any live footage because they said that it goes down to like half the frames per second that you'd expect.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're shooting it at 30, then you're like at 15.
I would still like to see that.
And it probably takes a supercomputer because it's not optimized or anything. It's just a mod that this guy built.
And this person is a legit mod. Like, he's done other mods.
Yes.
Apparently.
Mm-hmm. Grand Theft Auto mods and all that. But it looks amazing.
It does look pretty ridiculous.
If they could get that to run on a PC at a pretty steady frame rate, it would be
I still would like to. I don't care how low the frame rate is. I still kind of want to see it chugging along.
Yeah.
Just to see motion in this stuff.
The lighting and the shadows looks awesome. Yeah. It might get tweaked up and run on a PC mod at some point and be available for public. You never know.
Yeah. It looks...
It makes a good game look even better.
Yeah.
But of course it's PC only. A PS4 or Xbox One wouldn't be able to handle this.
That's kind of what... weirdly, that's kind of what like my teenage self would have thought video games would look like at this point.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's true. Yeah. Like photorealistic.
So apparently we're close.
Yeah.
If somebody can mod even at half the frames per second, or 15 or 10, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah,
crazy.
It looks really cool. So check that out. It's on the Nerdist. Just look for Star Wars Battlefront Almost Too Real. And then I got a Steam link. I don't know if I talked about this before on the podcast, but it's a little box that you plug into your TV screen, and you can plug into any TV that has HDMI out, and then it streams content from your PC. Mm-hmm. And I didn't really get to work when I was showing you, but
no. Well, you tried to play your Skyrim that had 44
Yeah.
mods running.
That too.
That
but it lets you stream pretty much PC games to your TV, which is awesome.
right.
And I was playing Battlefront 2. So they had a big Star Wars sale recently too, where you can get the whole Star Wars collection for $27,
Okay.
which had all the games. I think we bought that already.
Yeah, we did buy
For
a
another-
collection. I don't know if it was
yeah.
27.
No, it was like 20 to 30
It was a
bucks.
lot. It's a lot. Yeah,
Yeah,
We
and you
love
get a
Star
ton
Wars
of games.
Yeah.
And Battlefront 2 is one of those games. And I played it on my Steam Link box, and it worked pretty awesome.
Nice.
They had a good frames per second. The resolution was fine. It's just that the graphics are kind of old and
Right.
outdated. But I thought we could talk about that then. You wanted to bring up Battlefront 2
Sure.
because it was on sale. I think it was like down to $5.
It was like $4 or $5.
Yeah.
I played maybe a good hour of it.
Okay.
The campaign mode.
Mm-hmm.
Which is essentially running from planet to planet, doing objectives, trying to take over that planet. There's some space battling in it.
Yeah.
Very small amount. Not on rails shooter space battle. You actually have 3-dimension of movement and almost Star Fox style, but bigger.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I like.
It's a cool game, and I think
You know what happens in that game? You can run up to a vehicle, like an X-wing and jump in it.
Yeah.
And then, like
And just fly and
out.
just take off. Or a tank or whatever.
Or an AT-AT or an
Yeah.
ATST that's around, or like that. So many things that are in that game are like, why did they not do this?
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yes. And they, I've got some kind of a comparison now for Battlefront 1 and 2.
mm-hmm.
So 1 came out in 2004, I believe.
Okay.
And it came out on, I think, Xbox, the original Xbox, and PC. And people liked a lot of the missions and maps that they had in 1, so they eventually modded the PC version of 2 to have all those maps in there too.
Okay.
Because there's so many maps in 1 that they didn't bring over to 2.
Okay.
But the way that they have 2 set up with, like, you can do instant action, you can do galactic conquest, you can do campaign, all these things.
Right.
But they added more maps that you can mod in, so you can play the original maps, but with a better engine.
Okay.
So Battlefront 2 has a much better engine with graphics and all that stuff versus 1.
Yeah, it ran all right.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not the best looking game,
Yeah.
but it's
And
fun.
Battlefront 1 is not on Steam, so
Right.
that's another reason why.
Oh, we played Battlefront 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of wish Battlefront 1 was up because I mean, there's definitely a difference there, but I still found it fun. Like,
Yeah, it's a cool
definitely
game.
worth the $4.
It's silly. You, like, jump around and, like, oh, you can play as Vader or Yoda, whatever.
Yeah, they kind of like drop it in at like this character has entered the battlefield.
Mm-hmm.
You can control them if you want to.
Yeah.
Being
And
able
then
to
you can
go to
just
like
choose
the-
whether you want to keep playing or switch.
Yeah, you like go to a control point and change your character type,
Yeah.
as opposed to Battlefront, where I think you're stuck with your character type the whole time.
Yep.
The new Battlefront.
I played this on, they had a version on PSP, too,
Okay.
that was pretty good.
Yeah.
The only problem is that aiming with
Yeah.
one joystick, just a movement joystick,
Sure.
you have to press the direction pad, I think, to go up and down
Yeah.
while you're trying to use the... Yeah, that was kind of a pain in the ass. But when you play it on the Vita, it doesn't have dual joystick support either.
Right.
You still have to use the direction pad.
Okay.
But it was good. It was a good port. And I think they had 2 extra ones that they made just for PSP as well. Renegades and one other one, I think. But yeah, Battlefront 2 I played a ton of on, I think, PS2 is when it came out on PS2 as
I think
well.
so too, yeah.
And regular Xbox and PC. But it came out a year after the first one, so they just kind of cranked them out after that. We're like, whoa, this came out to be a huge success. Let's
Right.
keep making them. Yeah. Because 2 is has a 78 Metacritic, and Battlefront 1 has a 76, but
What does the new one have?
the new one, I could check. Yeah, you want me to see?
Yeah, kind of.
All right.
Because I don't know. I mean, personally, I just had more fun playing Battlefront 2 than I did the new Battlefront.
The PC version is getting a 71 critic score, 3.5 user score.
That's 2 different scores. 3.5 and a 71.
Yeah.
Is a 3?
Yeah.
3.5 would be like a 70. So
Yeah.
it's essentially the same.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
I guess. I don't know. Like 3.5 out
It's
of
pretty
5,
close.
right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But that one is user score for Battlefront 2 is 8.8. The critics, I don't know. Whatever.
I
Fuck
kinda
the
like-
critics.
yeah.
Like, this game is not meant to be critically acclaimed.
Oh, wait, is it 3.5 out of 10?
No. It was out of 5. They changed the way they scored.
Come on, Metacritic, get it together.
Yeah, I know.
8.8 out of 10. The other one was 3 out of 10.
But
3 out of 5.
look for it on the Steam sale again, because they're going to have a holiday sale.
They will,
And I'm
yeah.
sure this one will be on sale again. So if you haven't played Battlefront 2 in a while, suggest revisiting it and having an Xbox controller for your PC,
Sure.
because that makes a huge difference. You need to have a controller for this game.
I mean, this is an EA game, right?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you should get an EA pass and then play it because you get a certain number of hours for every game they have, right?
Oh,
like 6 hours.
true.
Is what I've heard. I think you get like a
Yeah.
5 or 6 hour window for
Mhm.
any game. So maybe just do that and play Battlefront for $20.
Yeah.
And then you get to play another EA game next week for $20 or whatever
Yeah.
it is.
It's
I don't know how much it is a month.
Star Wars, the new Battlefront, if you could get it at a super discount, like half price, $30 is about
Redbox.
what that game is worth.
Go Redbox.
Yeah.
Rent it.
Or rent it. Just play it for 2 weeks or whatever.
Yeah.
And then get your money's worth and be done with it, because only if you're a serious first-person shooter and you really have to get into it, because there is not much at all for like training missions. It gets really boring.
Yeah,
Playing
it's
against
pretty
bots
repetitive.
is pretty boring.
And
You can only do 2-player. You can't do 4-player split screen as well.
Yeah, I don't know what it was about the 2-player split screen playing against bots, because like in Battlefront, the original Battlefront 2, I'm just gonna call it Battlefront 2. I mean, it was kind of fun. Like, you're just playing against bots, but you're kind of running, to these different areas. The scope actually seemed larger.
Yeah.
That's actually what I noticed as well.
There weren't as many. I think they kind of guide you on a path in the new one.
Yeah, and
seems
you're also
like-
like returning, like you're going back and forth a lot. Whereas like in Battlefront 2, there seems to be a progression of your movement.
Yeah, you're going forward or down or whatever.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
you're going from this point to this point. Whereas we were playing the Moon of Endor level,
Yeah.
right? Mm-hmm. On the Forest Moon of Endor.
Yeah.
And then so we're doing control points, and you have to like protect these pods. And so you're running from one pod to the other, but you're basically just crisscrossing the map.
Yeah.
And so for me, it didn't seem like a large map. It seemed actually like a small space.
Yeah.
And then like everything I've played on Battlefront 2 so far, it just seems big,
Right.
Mm-hmm. So
Plus the space battles. In this, they're like in Battlefront 2, they're tied to you could jump into another Star Destroyer or something.
Yeah, you could fly into a Star Destroyer.
And that was so
get
much
out.
fun. It's
Yeah.
like, I'm just going to land in here and just fuck up these guys,
Yeah.
go to the next base and fuck up the next guys.
Yeah.
And you can't do that in this.
It
It's just
doesn't
like
have- it
you're
doesn't have the
shooting
scope.
guys on the ground, but it's really hard to kill them. But once you get into a plane in some of those battles, though, in Hoth, whatever,
Yeah.
you're pretty invincible.
Sure.
Like, they can't kill you from the sky, but you can shoot them down and blast guys on the ground.
Right.
And it gets frustrating when you're just like, oh, I died. Oh, I died.
Yeah.
Oh, I died. Yeah.
So
I don't know. If you want to try out Battlefront, there was a demo and a beta weekend that happened already.
So you probably tried it.
Yeah, so chances are you've tried it if you're at all interested in it. But try Battlefront 2 again if you haven't played it in a while.
I think that's a better bet.
Yeah.
For $5,
Yes.
it's a fucking steal.
Yeah.
Honestly.
More bang for your buck.
Wait till the end of this next year when all of the expansions have come out for
Oh, yeah.
the new Battlefront to see what they even offer.
The season pass
The
and all
season
that.
pass.
Yeah. Mhm.
Maybe it'll be
Yep.
something interesting by the end of it, but they're just not there yet.
So there's also a Reddit Battlefront community.
Sure.
And they're doing a 1 versus 2. What do you like better? So in Battlefront 1, they had better maps is the consensus.
Okay.
But 2 has the better game modes, better classes. So they expanded their classes. They have 6 different classes you can pick from. But it seems like a lot of it is Clone Wars focused.
It is. Yeah.
Yeah, which is annoying. But then Battlefront 1 has more prequel stuff.
That's true.
Yeah. So if you could load the maps with the mod.
You mean original trilogy stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
If you could load the maps from there into Battlefront 2, which seems like you can do, and then the UI, they say, kind of sucks in 2. It's a little clunky.
Yeah,
But-
that's true.
None of these have really great intuitive UI. They're old games.
Right.
Give it a break.
Can you still play them online? I noticed that they were on was it GameSpy?
Yeah, no. I don't
Network,
think
so-
anything is hosted online anymore.
Nobody's running like
You could do
back-end servers somewhere.
64 Bell player battles back in the day
Oh, really?
online. Yeah, I think those servers are shut down though.
Probably,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
because they're all through game. I noticed it was GameSpy. I was like, oh, it's not around anymore.
Yeah, I don't think that's the company anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's somebody's probably got a workaround out there though. Somebody's probably running it off their personal server.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah.
There's people playing their own servers for all sorts of stuff.
There's some nerd working for some like mobile app games company that's like, I'm going to use the servers to run my Battlefront 2 games.
All right. Why don't you talk about Disney Infinity then?
Oh, sure. You actually, for my birthday, bought me the Disney Infinity 3.0 A New Hope pack.
Mhm.
I don't know if that was what it was called. But the original trilogy pack,
What was it
basically.
called? Yeah.
So it came with a Princess Leia
Mm-hmm.
and a Luke Skywalker.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kind of talked about Disney Infinity 3.0 before. It's kind of open world for kids. So, but the weird thing with the original trilogy is that it's kind of retelling the first 3 films, 4, 5, and 6, in a condensed form.
Oh,
And it also has to include characters like, Princess Leia being on Coruscant when she was supposed to be on the Death Star.
oh,
Like weird stuff like that.
yeah. Okay,
So they're going to attack the Death Star, but like everybody's together.
okay.
So there's like weird like changes like that where you're like, this is just like a different universe kind of.
Is there is Princess Leia in an X-wing? Is there any space combat?
Yeah, she can fly X-Wing.
Oh,
She can hop
okay.
in.
Huh.
Anybody can do
Why not?
anything.
Yeah.
And then apparently, like, you start opening up the ability to have characters come in.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you can bring in other characters. So, like, I could have Darth Maul come in if I wanted to. And
In
play as Darth Maul.
prequels?
In the prequel? In
Weird.
the original trilogy.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So,
Could you have like Aladdin?
no.
Okay.
There's no cross. That's the only thing that's kind of a bummer is, like, there's no cross. I'd like to see what happens if I bring, like, actually, Anakin was the first unlock.
Oh,
So it's like, what happens if I bring in Anakin to fight Darth Vader, and they have
be
a
interesting.
cutscene
Yeah.
with Anakin? I'm like, what? So I'd have to buy. I should try and do that. I should just buy the Anakin figure.
is it Anakin prequel? Anakin?
Actually, Anakin, I got that in the prequel, in the original one, so
Oh, okay.
I could bring him in.
Oh, yeah, because it came with Anakin Skywalker and
I should see.
Ahsoka.
I'm gonna have to see what happens with the
Yeah.
cutscenes, because they do have cutscenes, and they interact with Obi-Wan, and
Mm-hmm.
what is that like?
Is there an Obi-Wan figure? Did you get that with it too, or was there just 2 of them?
No, I think there might be an Obi-Wan figure now. I don't know how many figures have come out.
Yeah, okay.
I
here we
kind
go.
of want not Ahsoka, but like
They've got Vader, they've got Yoda, they've got Han Solo, they've got Chewbacca, and they've got young Obi-Wan.
have anything from Rebels yet?
Yes. Ezra Bridger.
Yeah.
They have Kanan. They have Sabine. They have Zeb.
I kind of want a Sabine figure, but I think I would have to unlock
Mhm.
her in the game in order to play as her. I should
Mhm.
test that out.
Okay.
I have some questions, I guess, and I haven't answered because I haven't purchased another figure.
Oh, look at that. They've got people from 7 already. Poe Dameron.
You can buy that already?
Yeah. Where is Kylo
That's not a
Ren
pre-sale?
figure? Oh, yeah, it is a pre-order. It's coming out
Yeah.
during the movie.
I'm gonna guess that they're gonna come out with a whole nother game.
Yeah.
For Episode 7.
Yeah.
And they're not
let's see what
bad.
else they have.
There's a lot of 3D
So-
platforming.
Twilight of the Republic was the original.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, they had the prequel stuff on there. And then this one was called the...
Yeah, Twilight of the Republic was like
the
Clone
Rebels
Wars
thing, too.
era based. Yeah.
Yeah, the other one was called Rise Against the Empire.
Okay. So the Rise Against the Empire.
So you
is,
could put any Star Wars character in that and play as that through the story
yeah, once you unlock them.
once you unlock them. Okay.
Yeah. Which
It's
is
weird,
like, which
like,
is
there's,
essentially
like-
like finding a character coin in a planet
Okay.
or on a level. So it's like a hidden.
So you have to play through with the regular characters first, and then you can unlock all that
I
stuff.
started unlocking them
much.
pretty quick though.
Oh.
Like on Coruscant, the first level or first planet that you go to,
Mm-hmm.
was unlocking characters. So,
Okay.
And then you fly to other planets, so you end up going to Hoth, I believe, is the next planet.
Mm-hmm.
Well, actually, at first, you were on Coruscant, and you were going to go to Naboo.
Okay. Yeah.
Wait, no, Alderaan.
Oh.
They were going to go to Alderaan.
Ah.
So, but they don't. You make it to Alderaan because it's been blown up. So Princess Leia is on your ship, and she's like, "Oh no, my planet's been blown up." And then that's when they see the Death Star.
Okay.
So,
And this one has a Death Star playset thing that you plunk in there, right?
yeah, in order to play the, it's so weird. In order to play the story, I guess is how I forget. Well, they have a certain term for it. It's like the playset.
Mm-hmm.
In order to activate that playset, you have to have the Death Star,
Okay.
and then you can play as those characters. Because
Yeah.
like the Disney Infinity thing is like it's a toy box, so it's like an open world. You kind of saw part of it,
Yeah.
where you can build stuff,
Mhm.
and you can play other people's play sets.
Yeah.
But then you can also purchase these play sets, which has specific characters in them and like story development.
Okay.
So yeah, they have the 2 play sets now. It's fun.
Did you play with Nikki? You two like Game On?
No,
Oh,
she doesn't really care about like 3-dimensional games.
Yeah, just wants to play like Aladdin and
Pretty
Genesis.
much. Yeah, she wants to play Aladdin and then the Walking Dead Telltale game. That's
Okay.
about it. And she doesn't want to play the Walking Dead Telltale game. She wants to watch me play, and then she makes the
Choices.
choices.
Yeah. Do you get to? So then, if you're playing by yourself, do you get to choose which character you want to be, and you can switch in between, or?
Yeah, you get like it's basically like an extra life.
Mm.
If you die with one character, you can plug in your other character and play as them.
Okay.
But you can switch back and forth, and then each one levels up on their own, has a progression, their own progression,
Okay.
and different powers. I mean, it's a fairly complex. Like, it's not simple in any way.
Yeah.
It's like a children's Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah.
Because there's also an open world element where you can run up to people and get missions and earn coins, and then purchase vehicles that you can then use on any planet.
And you can go down an alleyway and get your dick sucked.
Yeah, there's definitely hookers out there. The Twi'leks are wandering.
Yeah.
There is that's in the comic book. We can talk about it later. But
Okay.
yeah, you go to the cantina and like one of the missions is the members of the band have been lost, so you have to run around and do a lot of 3D platforming
Oh.
and like pick up one of the cantina members and carry them
Oh.
back to the cantina. So that's the type of missions that you're engaging in.
Yeah. I noticed though when we were playing it, it was kind of hard.
Yeah, it's not
the easiest game.
not that easy.
Yeah, the jumping at least.
Yeah, you can definitely feel the jumping. There has been some battle stuff where I mean it takes some skill. Like it is not cheesing it in any way. Like you have to time your hits. You have to be careful about stuff. So it's a preteen kids game, I guess. It's not for an 8-year-old. It's for like a 13 to 15-year-old probably.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whose parents don't let them get Grand Theft Auto. So
good job, parents.
yeah, it's I'll definitely play more of it because I do, and I want to get another character that I've unlocked to see what happens when I introduced Anakin to Darth Vader.
Yeah, that'd be a weird moment.
Like, do the cutscenes just remove that character? So we'll
Don't
see.
know. I guess we'll find out.
Yeah, we will. I'll report next time.
Yeah, that's Disney Infinity 3.0.
I think
Here's your update.
I think it's a get if you like
Oh, okay.
have
So
a kid.
check it out. They have a playset for Force Awakens.
Already.
Yeah,
okay.
it's coming out on December 18th
So it's got that little
with Finn and Rey.
Okay.
So the two main characters, and it's got a different playset thing.
What was the place that look like?
It looks like
it.
one of the new troopers.
Yeah.
Yeah. The other one looked like the one you got originally that comes with it, Twilight Republic, looks like a bong. A straight up like
Yeah, I don't know what that was.
water bong.
What was that supposed to be?
I don't know. It was like two lightsabers in a circle.
Oh, yeah.
It just looked really,
It was like a
really
weird lightsaber emblem of some
Yeah.
kind.
Mm-hmm. It's like, okay. Johnny's first bong.
And I did hear that they have some of the figures have their lightsabers light up. So I'm like, shit.
Oh, okay.
And I kind of want to find. I want one of these figures that has a lightsaber that lights up when you put it on the stand.
What are these things too? They've got power discs.
Yeah, that I don't know.
Okay, it says here.
I haven't gotten that. deep
Use
into it.
power discs to modify Disney Infinity playset gameplay and modify or customize Toy Box worlds. Place your power discs on the Disney Infinity base to power up characters, grant unique abilities, customize the Toy Box world, and provide exclusive toys. All power discs from previous editions are compatible with the 3.0 Toy Box. So they have Star Wars Toy Box, like a Mace Windu one.
But I don't know. What does it say?
Do you get to play as him then? I don't know.
No, it's not a character.
It looks like it is, though. It's got a circle thing instead of a square. Yeah.
But does it say what it does?
Lets you play as him, maybe?
No, but it doesn't actually say what it does.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, so
let me look at the questions.
why would they not have a Mace Windu figure? Why would they just give you a power?
Yeah,
Right.
I don't know.
I don't really know what the PowerPoint is.
If they don't want to release the figures?
I guess.
I don't know.
I have seen the power discs around, and I was also kind of confused. It sort of sounds like.
Oh, here we go. Okay, so Mace team up disc. Team up character.
So he'll like join you.
Yeah, as a second player,
Okay.
I guess.
Yeah,
is
because
what
it sounds
happens.
like some of the other stuff is basically like add-ons.
Yeah, you get like a vehicle or something else.
Because they had Tron power discs, but that originally is before they had the figures, and so it was like you could have a light cycle if you put the power disc on. So it's like purchasing an add-on, not digitally. Very weird.
Yeah, you get it in the mail.
I suppose it's the
and
way
like,
you do it for kids.
Yeah.
Is like instead of having them able to purchase something in game,
Yeah,
you as a parent can buy it for them.
because good luck telling a kid to put in like a 24-digit code.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
That's true. It makes it really simple.
it says here too. Someone gave it a 1. This is really funny. Someone gave it a 1-star review. I don't even know how to use this. The circle disc. I haven't figured out how to use it. The other ones you can use in the toy box.
That's weird.
Amazon reviewers are hilarious. There's one in here that said, fast shipping and product was RAPPED, well in package. I was trying to say wrapped. Wrap.
Nice.
Oh man, it's too funny.
Yeah, Amazon reviews are pretty good
Yeah,
sometimes.
most of the time it's all about shipping or packaging.
Yeah.
It's like, well, this doesn't help at all. That's your weird case scenario where you complain on Amazon.
A good rabbit hole to go down on Amazon for reviews is giant candy bars.
Ugh.
Giant candy bar reviews on Amazon are brilliant.
What was the one with like gummy bears? Sugar-free gummy bears, where it's like, my asshole was on fire for 6 months.
Yes.
What the fuck?
There's a giant gummy bear one too. Like it's a single gummy bear.
Ugh.
It's like a 3-pound gummy bear. And the reviews on that are pretty good.
Nice. All right. Back to
Just too much gummy. 2 stars. It's like you bought a 3-pound gummy bear. What you think was gonna
what were you expecting? All right. Let's talk about 2 last things.
Sure.
One is there's a new mobile game.
Yeah.
Surprise.
One a month. Are they
Star
on track
Wars
for one a month?
Yeah, but this one's an EA one,
No.
so it's different than the rest. A lot of them they just license out to whoever,
Okay.
but this one is actually developed by EA, and it's called Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. This review sucks. I'm not going to read it. It's from GameZebo.com.
That seems like a legit site.
Yeah, they do a lot of mobile reviews, but they're like, I don't know if they got bought out by EA or something, but this review is just terribly biased. The game itself, I played it for probably maybe 2 or 3 hours just between bus and waiting for things.
Okay.
But it's exactly what the other games are, where it's like you have energy, you spend your energy, you're done. But this one's more like turn-based RPG.
Okay.
So kind of like the card battle game, but you're not cards, you're actual characters and 3D models.
Okay.
And the graphics are actually pretty good compared to the other games. Like this one I think has the best graphics out of any of the games that I've seen so far.
Okay.
There's
Even the side-scrolling shooting one with the Rebels?
yeah,
Okay.
better than that one, and even better than the other one that I liked before this, the Uprising one.
Oh, sure. Uprising.
Uprising was okay, but it just became really hard to control.
Yeah.
Like you're trying to play on your phone, you're like trying to aim something, and you're like, shit, he's going the wrong way. Oh, I'm dying. Okay, I'm dead.
And you're able to play this one on your phone.
This one, yeah, you can even do auto battle if you're lazy.
Sure.
You don't want to be like, oh, attack, whatever. It's turn-based strategy,
Right.
but there's very like little strategy, so quote-unquote strategy.
Okay.
But you basically just attack guys until you are powerful enough and you build up your characters.
Is it like a dungeon crawler?
No.
So do
it's-
you just go into like an area, then there's like 8...
They have story, and then they have like chapters 1 through 10. And then
Okay.
you go onto that, and you do the hard mode, which is harder guys. And then there'll be like a named boss at the end.
Okay.
Like one time I fought Boba Fett, and I was like, oh, cool, Boba Fett.
But does it just like cycle from one battle to the next? There's no
Yeah,
free
there's
roaming?
no story, there's no walking around.
Okay.
It's just like an interface, launch battle, go. Pick up your team. There's light side and dark side, so you can have 2 different sets of teams.
Okay.
Or a team that's mixed, and then you can do battles against human opponents, but they don't really play against you. It's like battle against their AI versions of their human opponents.
Okay.
It's kind of cool. The interface is cool. Everything about it is pretty slick. Like they put a lot of work into this one
Okay.
compared to the other mobile apps that seem like they're kind of rushed, like cash grabs. Like, oh, here. There are things in here though, like spend $49. And I'm like, who the fuck is going to pay $49 for a mobile app for
A lot of
Mace
people.
Windu?
This is why these games keep coming
Yeah.
out. There's a lot of people.
But that's what it kind of looks like. So that's the battle scenes. You can see that.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and like you get to choose between one to four abilities that each character has, and you get to unlock. I think there's probably like 100 different characters, but they're all the same. It's like you have Jedi Counselor, and he's got Jedi Counselor, but they all have the same things, the same abilities. It's different levels.
Okay.
It's like you can equip them with different armor and power ups and stuff, and then you just level them up more and more.
Can you make one character eat another character to power up?
No,
Okay.
not in this one.
All right, that's good.
Yeah,
That's a little different than other games.
You
Bunch of
train them.
crawlers.
You train them with battle droids
Ah.
to get them their levels higher.
You feed them battle
But
droids.
what's weird, yeah, they don't level up through regular experience of battles. They only gain experience through training droids.
Yeah,
Which is
that sounds
strange.
like the
Yeah.
Puzzles and Dragons
Yeah.
model.
Yep. And the graphics are nice. Like, there's reflections, there's shadows, there's animations.
It looks pretty good.
Yeah, it's not a bad game. If you have it on iPad, it's probably even better.
Let's check it out. An iPad.
So you get daily quests too once you get to a certain level. So once you do like your half an hour of daily bullshit and you're done, then you can pretty much put the game down because you have a chance of getting a free package every 20 minutes or so, but it's always garbage.
Yeah.
It's like got a 2% chance of getting something good. So really you only need to play it for a half hour a day, like on your bus or over lunch or whatever.
Sure.
And you'll get your fix in, and it's pretty good. But I'm sure I'm going to hit a wall where it's like, if you want to get better, you got to pay. Or yeah. And there's things like link your Facebook account together to get more crystals.
Yeah.
No, I don't want to do that.
Still a mobile game, is what
Yeah,
you're telling me.
yeah. It's still a mobile game, but we tend to say this about games when they first come out, like, oh, this is the best of the mobile games.
Yeah.
But this one I feel like you could spend a little bit of time doing and get your fix in. But if you spend a lot of time doing it, you're going to get really burnt out because there's not much to do. It's like once you do your battles, you have a lot of energy to do more if you want to, but you just kind of feel like, I've done enough.
Sure.
It's just the same.
So the active action that you're doing is basically selecting whether to defend or attack.
You
so like
don't
a
get any
standard
defend.
RPG. Okay,
No,
I know.
you just get, like this one, you get 2 attacks.
So you choose an attack.
So in the bottom,
and
yeah.
which character you're going to attack.
Yes, you get, unless they're taunting you, and then you have to
to
choose
attack them.
a certain
Okay.
character.
All right.
It's got limited RPG elements.
Okay.
And most of the time I find myself just doing auto battle because I don't want to mess around with it. It's boring. I just put it in my pocket again.
Sure.
Oh, I won. All right, good. But I would give it like a 3 out of 5. So if you're looking for a Star Wars mobile game and you have time to kill, this could be it.
Okay.
It's better than the card battle game.
Right.
Yeah, it's better than the card collector game.
Yeah.
It's better than
That's not a game.
Uprising.
That's not a game. The card collector is not a game.
It's better than the base defense,
Okay.
and it's better than the side scroller, I'd say.
Okay.
So,
So far the best game.
yeah, it's the best that I've played in a while. But there are so many Star Wars games right now that it's really hard to consider this the best of them because it's like the best of the shitty games.
Sure. It does sort of seem like it's modeling itself after some of the better mobile game style that's out right now, which is
Yeah.
I think the dungeon crawler,
Yeah.
whatever, Puzzles and Dragons / Final Fantasy Librarian /
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, there's other ones out there, but
Yeah, I played that game too, the Final Fantasy Librarian.
Is it like
and
that, kinda?
It's like turn-based strategy games that are not active time battle
Mm-hmm.
work really well on mobile because you don't have to it's not precision based. It's not like you're like swiping and trying
Right.
to hit this little tiny dot. And yeah, this one will scratch that itch if you're looking for a Final Fantasy type game.
okay.
So, yeah, it's got a lot of characters in there, and it's all different episodes. Like there's a Clone Wars Chewbacca in this picture. There's a Resistance fighter. Is one of the new characters. There's a Jawa. There's a clone trooper. There's stormtroopers.
You have a Jawa fight with you?
I do have a Jawa.
Nice.
Yeah. And I don't play with sound, so I don't know if he goes Utini or not.
I'm guessing he does.
Yeah, one would guess. So that's out on. I believe it's on the Google Store too.
Yeah, I
so
think
we
so,
gotta-
everything.
and an iOS and iPads. Lastly, Rebels is still going strong. We're kind of behind this season. We
Way
haven't
behind.
watched it. We watched season 2.
We both had we watched season 1.
Yeah, I watched season 2, the long extended episode.
Sure.
The episode 1.
The preview episode.
So, yeah.
When the season started.
It's like, remember when season 1 ended and they're like, look, dude, it's fucking Darth Vader. Oh, it's Ahsoka.
Yeah.
Oh my god, they're bringing back all these characters. Cool, man. And there's Tarkin. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And then this begins, and there's a lot of Vader in this first episode of the season.
Okay.
So season 2 has been going on for a while, since June, so we're way behind.
Yeah, I don't really have an easy way to watch it.
But yeah,
Until now.
I think we figured it out.
Yeah.
So we're going to do some reviews and just get caught up in our meantime.
Definitely.
Yeah. Yeah, because the latest episode is 25.
I think post a new episode or new movie, we should probably look into doing this.
Absolutely. So yeah, after we're done talking about the movie, then we'll have to talk about something else.
To fill the time.
And there's this season 2 is ending on December 12th, so
Yeah.
it'll be over by then.
It's good timing.
Yeah, yeah. So there's 2 more episodes left. It's going to be a 12-season episode. So
Okay.
we'll get caught up and we'll talk about it some more, and then we'll also talk about comics a lot more in our next episode because I have some on order that haven't come in yet. So.
Yeah, there's a lot of comics,
Yeah.
including
There's-
2 Darth Vader comics.
Yeah. There's now 2 Darth Vader. They split it off. One
Yeah, I thought
Vader
they
wasn't
were-
enough.
I thought they were going to cancel the one Darth Vader comic and then start with this Darth Vader down, but no, it's just an interweaving story.
Yeah.
So
So Lando has ended. Chewbacca has ended. Well,
no, it's not ended.
it's going to end soon, though, right?
Yeah, I think it's a 4 or 5 part.
Yeah.
I don't think I just read the end of the Chewbacca comic.
I think it's a 5-part.
Okay.
And 4 might have just come out.
Yeah, I think I just read 4,
Okay.
which didn't seem like it ended.
Okay.
But
So there's probably one more for Chewie.
yeah, I could be wrong. But
Let me just do a glance and
Sure.
see what's coming out here.
so yeah, like I think currently the next ones coming out are like Star Wars 14 and Chewbacca 5. I don't know what Darth Vader Down, if there's a number 2, because when Darth Vader Down starts, it starts an interweaving story that goes between. It starts with Darth Vader Down.
Mm-hmm.
I think you have the comic there next to you, the Darth Vader 12.
Yeah.
In the back of Darth Vader comic number 12.
Yep.
It'll show you what the new storyline. The saga continues in Vader Down number 1. Then it goes to Darth Vader 13. Then Star Wars 13. Then the Vader 14. Then Star Wars 14. Then Vader 15. No mention of Darth Vader Down 2.
Yeah.
So
I've just done a search for it, and I don't see any listing for pre-orders or anything for Vader 2.
So I
Darth
don't-
Vader Down 2.
I don't know if Darth Vader Down was just a one-off. But
It could be. It says here, when Darth Vader accidentally finds himself facing off against the Rebel fleet on his own, the Rebels will learn the true strength of the dark side of the Force.
I mean, they spent some time on that comic because it looks really good.
Oh, really?
The art style in it is very cool.
Okay.
And I was kind of hoping that it was going to be a continual series.
Yeah.
But it doesn't seem like it.
It could just be a one-off thing where they're like, look what we did.
Yeah, they spent some time on that one.
Okay.
So I guess, I don't know, make it look cool.
And it makes it seem like Darth Vader's the good guy in this one because he's facing off against all these rebels. And you're
Yeah.
like rooting for Vader.
The idea, it goes, we'll talk about it next time, but it goes
Okay.
into some areas again where it's like, wait a minute, this was all supposed to happen. Like, basically all these characters have interacted with Darth Vader before episode 5.
Yeah. That's kind of what makes everything strange
Yeah.
when they start bringing the comics in here and like
They do more
splicing
of
in
that.
things. And you're like, what?
Yeah.
'Cause then they're like, oh, hey, you again?
Exactly.
But they never say like the movie is the guideline.
It should be.
Don't fuck with that.
Right. I mean, have them get close, but like the
Yeah.
fact that they have, I mean, because they've already had an interaction between Luke and Darth Vader before Luke and Darth Vader's interaction for the first time in the movies, which is weird.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, I'll just say it, but like Princess Leia and Darth Vader have an interaction, and you're like, what? So it's a cliffhanger.
It seems out of context.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Let me look here and see. Okay, so they're already going up to like Kanan number 11 now.
yeah, Kanan's continuing. Kanan actually took a turn for me in these new ones.
Mm.
So
Okay.
I'm actually liking the new storyline.
Huh.
The last 2, I think 7 and 8.
Mm-hmm.
Much better.
You know what's weird too is that Vader is gonna pass Star Wars, the main series.
In numbering?
Yeah, because 17 is coming out before Star Wars 16 is coming out.
Yeah, weird.
So Vader's gonna pass it up,
Huh.
even though that they started later with the Vader comics.
And they've pretty much been coming out once a month.
And did you know that they're releasing another series called Obi-Wan and Anakin?
No. I
Yeah.
haven't heard that one.
That's a brand new one.
Well, I mean, yeah, if Chewbacca's going to be done, then they'll bring in something else.
Yeah. So Chewbacca is ending. There's a Star Wars Annual #1.
That'll be interesting because that's prequel stuff,
Yeah.
right? So that's new canon.
Yeah.
Obi-Wan and Anakin.
Obi-Wan and Anakin is coming out. Yeah. This.
So that's new extended universe stuff, which is
Yeah.
weird.
Yep.
They're best buds this time.
And then what else do we have? Chewbacca only goes till 5.
Okay. Yeah,
So-
so the next one coming out is the last
But there's no Vader down anything later. It just seems like that's it.
Why even number it?
I don't know. I don't know why they call it 1.
Yeah.
There's only 1.
Unless every time he goes down, there's a new Vader down.
Vader down 2.
Every time he's in danger.
Maybe every year they'll release a Vader down.
Maybe. That'd be like their annuals.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's all we have for this episode. We'll be back at you with the Return of the Jedi movie review next time
Oh, shit.
and some comic discussion. Right?
Nice. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Later, Gator.
It's terrible. It's terrible.
Because you know I'm all about that bass, no rebels. I'm all about that bass, no rebels. I'm all about that bass, no rebels. I'm all about that bass, bass. Yeah, it's pretty clear. This ain't no small moon, but it can shatter, and bring your planet doom. It's got that boom, that blow up all places like Alderaan chunks, where Alderaan space was. I helped the Emperor after Darth Maul got stopped. We know that Sith ain't real, cause even I got chopped. I got a rebuilt body, just raise it up, cause every inch of me is robot from the bottom to the top. Yeah, the Emperor told me don't worry about the size. Says it's not like it be blown up twice by the same Jedi. And no, I won't be no Sith fighting Jedi like Obi-Wan. So if that's what you're into, Stormtrooper, then move along.
Was, without a doubt, the worst episode ever. Rest assured that I was on the internet within minutes, registering my disgust throughout the world.